Sup dudes, I'm Nate Heater.
And I'm Frank Lamontia.
And we are the Sup Dudes. Coming at you from my car in a parking lot at a movie theater. You know what that means? Say it with me, everybody. Movie review time.
Woo! Take a breath next time.
And make sure you leave the lights on and check your closet, because we just saw the movie The Boogeyman.
The Boogeyman, everyone's favorite childhood friend.
Yep. Friend in quotations, of course. This is based off the Stephen King short story.
Yes.
Short novel, short story.
I forgot. No, short story. It's in a collection of short stories. I believe it's Night Shift, but we'll double check that.
There's only one person we really want to mention in this movie.
Yeah, and it wasn't a huge part, but she's the only... I think there might be a couple other people that are recognizable, just not to us.
No.
Lisa Gay Hamilton was in it. She played in The Practice a long time ago. It was one of my favorite law shows, and she's been in a couple other things. I think she played a judge in another show. She was a law secretary in The Practice, and but she had a small role in here. But since she was the only one we recognized, or I recognized, figured we'd mention her just to mention somebody. So you can look up everybody else. It's not important.
Basically, long story short, this movie is about a family that is being traumatized by the Boogeyman.
Yes.
Like, without giving too much else away.
Like almost 80% of the families in this country.
And I want to say one thing. This movie could have been done in like 30 minutes tops.
Yes.
Call John Wick. He would have got the... Because you know the famous line, Frank?
Or turn on the lights. What?
What's the famous line in John Wick?
The famous line in John Wick.
About the Boogeyman?
Oh, the Boogeyman, yeah. Baba Yaga.
He's like, the Boogeyman?
John Wick is not the Boogeyman. John Wick is who you call...
You say it.
Yeah, okay. Since you let it in. John Wick is who you call to bleeping kill the Boogeyman.
Yep.
So...
This movie could have been done in 30 minutes if we would have just called John Wick.
Could have used John Wick. Probably 3 minutes.
Honestly. Yeah.
But, they could have just turned the lights on.
Yeah. Well, it was turning off the lights, too.
But anyway...
Pay your electric bill. That would have also...
Well, that was a little different.
Yeah.
Anyway, we're getting too far ahead. Go ahead.
I don't really have much to say. It wasn't bad, but it wasn't good.
Yeah, exactly. That's how we're ambivalent about it.
It was a movie. Like...
Yeah, it
just...
You know, the funny thing is...
The Boogeyman.
The funny thing is the slow parts were more interesting to me, because they kind of built the story, you know, and so you had all this anticipation, and which is a problem I have with Stephen King's books, by the way, but we're not going to get into that now. I
will say there's only one, like, positive that I'll say about this movie that's, like... Because everything else is like a positive, negative, like, it was all right. The only positive I have to say is that I loved how they showed a lot of restraint and not clearly showing the Boogeyman until, like, the very end when it was really needed.
Yes.
Like, you would see it, but...
You get glimpses or even just a hint of it.
Yeah.
And that was really good. That built up the suspense really well.
Yeah, so I want to say that is why the one positive I have about this movie is just... how they didn't give it to us right away. They made us wait for it at the very end.
Matter of fact, somebody who experienced the Boogeyman early in the movie, or actually before the movie, because he comes to see a therapist to talk about it, and he shows the therapist a drawing that his daughter did of the Boogeyman, and it seemed to, like, frighten the therapist, but we don't see it.
No.
So that really raised some interest. So that was a nice touch.
Yeah. So, I mean, honestly, that's all I have. I hate to say it, but...
I know.
It was...
But it was...
an movie.
Yeah. It had a lot of build-up. Even... I would say all the way up to the middle. It had a lot of build-up. Then it had a couple of good spots here and there. Some cliches, which is natural with horror movies. And I say it all the time. There are some cliches. There was even some running up on the walls.
Yep. Yeah.
But it wasn't a demonic possession type thing. But a lot of illogical stuff, and people not acting the way they should, which bothers me. Now I know it's fiction and things happen, but you know how, like, people complain how when they watch a horror movie and the people hear a noise, and instead of running out of the house, they go exploring.
White people do that.
They do. They do a lot of that here.
Yeah.
So to the point where it's not logical, because you're talking about some kids that are terrified.
Yeah.
And why would they be walking around a dark house? You know what I'm saying? But anyway, all that aside, you know, you're used to that from watching horror movies and stuff. So you hope the payoff is going to be really good. The payoff was okay. It was okay. And
the ending sucked.
Anyone that has seen what I say in some of these, like maybe 3 people, when I say that, I already lost my train of thought.
It was that kind of a movie.
Not the cliches. Anyway, go ahead.
I'm just gonna get into the number because I literally have nothing to say. Like, honestly, and I'm not just trying to say that. Like, I don't. Like, it's an movie.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I can't even think of anything. Just that one compliment. So I'm gonna get to the numbers right away.
Okay.
If it comes to you, just you can say it.
It's not coming to me.
All right, I gotta give it an movie. I'm gonna give it a little bonus point for the restraint they had for not showing the Boogeyman. I'm gonna give it a 6 out of 10.
That is restraint.
It's just like I said, it's an movie.
Yeah.
Gets an rating, but a little bit bonus for that. Not really showing us what the Boogeyman looks like until they needed to.
That was a good touch.
So to me, it's a 6 out of 10 for that. Like, I don't know what else to say. I feel bad for this review, but
I remember. So anyone who's seen me in the past, or seen us in the past, has heard me say that when you don't like some of the characters, you actually hope they die, right?
Yeah.
So in this case, there was someone like that. Well, none of the main people. There was someone like that, and I actually wished one of the other people killed her, not just the Boogeyman. But didn't happen, so I'm going to take that point away, and I'm going to give it a 5.
You're going to give it a 5. All right. Well, average score, you know what it is at this point. It's kind of obvious. 5.5 out of 10. Do you recommend this movie? Not really.
Nah.
I mean, yeah, it's like above average, but I would say don't waste your time. Wait for it to come out on streaming.
One more plus.
What's up?
It did have some good, frightening spots.
So, yeah.
Right? And, there's another reason why it shouldn't be that high. One really, really good jump scare was shown in the trailer.
Like the Nun.
It wasn't even I don't think you can call it a jump. I guess you could call it a jump scare. Yeah, but, I mean, as soon as they framed that scene, I knew what was going to happen because I saw it in the trailer. And it weakened that part of the movie. Anyway, enough said.
Ambulance is off in the distance.
I'm going to reread the short story because I remember kind of liking this collection of stories from Stephen King. I think his short stories are much better than his novels, to be honest.
I never read anything, so.
But, yeah, he's, anyway, we're not going to review Stephen King's writing. So, that being said,
we don't recommend the movie, of course, and wait for it to come out on streaming, then take a look at it.
If you have nothing better to do, and I'm sure it plays better on the big screen because of the sound, and you just want to see the sheer terror of it at times.
Yep.
Very infrequently. But if you're going to watch it at home, turn off the lights so you get a nice
so the effect. Boogeyman will get you.
You get a nice effect.
The Boogeyman will get you. All right, well, with that being said, I'm Nate Heater.
And I'm Frank LaMantia.
And we are the Sup Dudes. So long.
So long, and keep the lights on.
The Baba Yaga. Wait, wrong movie. Sorry.